So we're going to go ahead and get started here for the sake of time. And again, I just want to share a few of our new updates, and I think that you will really enjoy those. And again, as we are going along, if you have questions, please feel free to put those into the chat window and let me know. So tonight, we're going to talk about Book Creator and the new features. Before we get started, though, my name is Jon Smith, and welcome. I am the iPod teacher on Twitter, so if you are on Twitter, you can go ahead and follow me there. You get bonus points. Unfortunately, those bonus points are not worth anything, but at least we can say that you get bonus points. And Katarzyna, you can hear me, so that's great. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing your name correct. And then if you have, and there's my sick daughter. And if you have any questions after tonight's webinar, you can feel free to email me, johnsmith@bookcreator.com. I'm always happy to answer questions and talk about using Book Creator in the classroom. All right, so today's agenda, again, we kind of talked about this. We're just going to go over some of the new features with Book Creator. I was a special ed teacher for 12 years, and then I was a technology integration specialist for 7, and now I'm the teacher success manager at Book Creator. And my job is to basically, I can call you Kasia. Okay, great. My job is to help provide webinars, trainings, support, inspiration, anything that you need for Book Creator. That's what I'm here to do. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to pull up a book here, and I just want to talk about some of the new features that we have. So we have 230 plus new accessibility features that have been added or updated in Book Creator. Now, don't worry, we're not going to go through all 230 of those tonight. Most of those are under the hood improvements that you probably won't normally see on a daily basis, but there are a few that you will see. And so I want to make sure that we talk about those. Because here at Book Creator, our mission has always been to bring digital publishing to everyone. And that is how I got my start. My special ed students, that was the only way that I could get them to actually write, was to tell them that I was going to publish their work for a wider audience. And they really, really enjoyed that. So again, we're talking about how Book Creator can be used by all teachers and all students, and not just students who have specific disabilities that need accessibility, but for everyone. All right, so we've made quite a few tweaks to our online program, and so we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about some of those. So the first one, if I click the plus button here, and I'm just going to go to media for the sake of argument, and I'm going to click on text. All right, so a couple of improvements that we have made here with the text box. So if I type in Jon Smith here, some people were a little concerned that this text that I just highlighted was a little too small inside this box for students to see. So one of the simple features that we just changed was this little microphone, this little magnifying glass down here. And so if you click on the magnifying glass, you can see that it increased the text size inside the editing box. Now, it's not a huge amount of text improvement or increase in size, but it's good enough that it will help some students who don't like that, but would rather see that. All right, so that's one option. And I see it. Awesome. Okay, cool. And then one of the best new features, though, is our dictation. Dictation has been around for quite a while, so all you have to do is click the microphone and start speaking. Oop, and I messed up there, and there's a reason why I messed up. But if you click the microphone and start speaking, it will clearly write what you say. Now, one of the improvements that we have made is we now support the speech to text in 120 different languages. So this is really awesome. So I'm going to click the microphone, and I'm going to try not to talk, because if you talk, it's going to try to pick up what you're saying. But there's a drop-down box over here to the left, and that will have the different languages. So if I speak in English and try to dictate in another language, it won't work. It doesn't translate. But if I speak in Spanish and have the Spanish dictation on, it will dictate my text in Spanish. All right, so I'm going to click the microphone. I already have it set to Spanish. I'm going to say something in Spanish and see how it comes out. Here we go. ¿Cuándo es tu cumpleaños? All right, and now I know I got to put a question mark there at the end, and there's probably a question mark here at the beginning that I need to do as well. And I'm trying to remember exactly what that key is for that. But anyway, you get the point. So if I speak in a foreign language, the dictation will happen in that language. I'm going to click the microphone. You can see the drop down here. So as I'm talking, it's trying to still figure out what I'm saying in Spanish, and clearly it's not working. But if I click the drop down and don't talk, you can see the 120 different languages that are included. All right, so that is a really awesome feature to have. And then when I hit done, that goes right there onto the page, just like normal text. And then if I click the inspector button, I can change the size, left, right, and center, justifying the font, and all of that wonderful stuff to go along with that text. I think I saw a question happen here, so I just want to take a look. Is there Polish? So let's go back and take a look here real quick. We support every language that is supported in Google's language selector. I think right there, Polski. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit done. So I believe so, yes. All right, so that is the speech to text option. And I'm a big fan of speech to text. I tell my students it's called writing with your face because I have a lot of special ed students who didn't want to write or couldn't spell or something. And I always told them, you know what, it's okay. Your teachers can't spell either and they can't type. So just use your face instead. And you know what? The kids really enjoyed that and they loved it. All right, the next thing, if I click the plus button in media and then camera, we have two options. I can take a still picture, right? Or I can record video. So I'm gonna go ahead and record video. Gives you a little countdown. Good morning. My name is Jon Smith. All right, I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna use the video. This so far is no different than it has always been in Book Creator where we can record a video. The new feature, however, happens when you click the video once, outline it in blue, and then click the inspector. When you click the inspector, you now have the option to add captions. So I'm going to click add captions. And again, you can add captions in 120 different languages. So if you speak that language, you can have the captions appear in that language. You can generate those captions automatically, or you can enter those captions manually. I'm going to go ahead and generate them automatically. And it's going to give you a little prompt here. It's got some bouncing dots, let you know that it's thinking. And that it could take up to a minute to generate those captions. The good news is I can click the back button and move on and continue working on my book while those captions are being generated. Once those captions are generated, you'll see a button that pops up down here to the bottom left that lets you know that those are complete, and then you'll be able to click play and see the captions inside your video. If I click the inspector button and add captions right now, you can see that it's telling you that it's still generating those captions. All right, so that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of that. We're going to let those captions continue to generate. I'm going to hit refresh. Maybe that will maybe we can push that along here for the sake of time. But if I click the I button, yep, still adding those captions, and that's okay. Sometimes, depending on how long the video is, it may take a little bit of time to do that. But again, once those captions are in there, it will go ahead and give you a little option down there, a reminder to let you know that that is done. I think I might have a question here, so let's go ahead and see it. Good. So Keisha, she loves the new features already, which is fantastic. I'm glad. I think these are great, a great addition to Book Creator. All right, let's see if we can wake this up. There it is. Good morning. I didn't get the warning, but there you go. As you can see, the caption has been added. It says, good morning, my name is Jon Smith, right there on the video. Now for this one, I'm going to click the inspector button, go back to captions, and I'm going to say edit existing captions because they spelled my name wrong, which is quite common with John. All right, I don't use the H. So I just said I made the adjustments there and I hit done, and now the captions are complete with the correct spelling. So I really love the captions. I love students being able to use video to document their learning and show what they know, and now they can have captions on those videos. Another thing that you need to know is that you don't have to just upload upload videos directly from here, right? Any video that you take can be uploaded into Book Creator, and you can add captions to those. So if kids take videos on their phone, or if they take videos that they have in Google Drive or somewhere else, they can pull those videos in and go ahead and caption those. The only place that you can't do that is if you bring in a video that has been embedded from YouTube. All right, if you bring a video in from YouTube, the captioning all has to be done through there. All right, so that's the video captioning. So we're going to go ahead and delete that. And then the next one that I want to talk about that is really awesome is the audio button. So if I go to media and hit record, I now have the ability to make a recording. So I'm going to hit start. This is my recording. I hope you like it. Go ahead and hit use. And now it's going to take that audio that I just recorded and make a little button. Well, this is great. And this is quite possibly one of my favorite tools that Book Creator has in its arsenal. However, the downside of this is when I am trying to have this book read to me on a website, if I have visual impairments or hearing impairments, things like that, I can't hear what that audio button says. So now, while it's outlined in blue, if you click the inspector, we have an option to add transcripts. And again, audio transcripts in 120 different languages. I can generate them automatically or enter them manually. I'm going to hit generate automatically, very similar to the way it was with the audio or the video captions, bouncing dots. If I click the X, I can get out of it and continue to work on my book while it's generating that transcript. Once the transcript is done, it'll again give you a little warning button down here to let you know that it is finished. And then you'll see a new icon appear right there, just like that. So there's a warning on the left, and there's the new icon. And so now when I click on that, I have a transcript of the audio. Now again, if I click edit, I can go through here and I can edit the text that goes along with that. This time it's okay. But there you go. You now have an audio button that you can push, followed by the transcript button that you can click on and then see the text. Now I apologize. Let me go ahead and turn that off. There we go. All right, so that is, again, a really, really cool feature. The next feature that we have improved is the ability to use the computer keys to navigate. So if I click the tab button, you'll see at the top left here, my books is now outlined in blue. If I hit the tab button again, it goes to pages, undo, and I'm going to go to the plus button. Now I hit return, tab again. I'm going to choose media, and I'm going to tab across and then tab down to where it says pen, and I'm going to hit enter. And what happens now is you are able, instead of using the trackpad, you are now able to draw using the arrow keys. So as you can see, my little black dot there is outlined in orange. If I use the arrow keys, I can move that dot around the screen. And if I hold the space bar while I'm pushing those arrow keys, I can now draw images with just the arrow keys. So if I keep drawing here, I'm going to try to draw my truck, right? Minus the wheels. I'll spare everybody the wheels. All right, so there is my truck. And we just keep going. You get the point. I'm not going to draw the whole thing, but as you can see, I am drawing a truck with just the keyboard. All right, so this is a really cool option. And again, it will give those students who have trouble with using the trackpad, it'll give them some more options that will allow them to draw. That's not too bad, I suppose. All right, so then again, I hit done. And once you hit done, the image becomes something that you can move around, resize, rotate if you want, and flip it upside down. All right, so that is the new keyboard navigation in Book Creator. All right, do you have any questions so far? So again, if you have any questions, just put them in the chat window. I don't see any in there right now. See some comments, love the new features, that's great. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on then with this. So those are some of the best new features that are built into Book Creator. So I'm glad that you enjoyed those. But I also wanted to bring up, oh, there's a question. Can we cut the pictures? So I'm assuming when you say cut the pictures, you're talking about like cropping them, changing the size of images in Book Creator, or are you talking about yes, crop? Okay, so You cannot crop images in Book Creator, but I do want to show you a kind of a little hack. So if you go to the comic section and pick a panel, right, and I'm just going to pick a single panel at this point, and I'm going to find an image from Google here. We'll just go with a dog, and we'll go with this one here. All right, if I want to crop that image, I can't do it. All right, but there's two things you can do. I can click the arrow here, and I can drag the corners and resize that image to whatever size I want. Or if I two-finger click, I can unlock the panel, and now I can bring this around like this. So I can bring things up and down. And so it's kind of like fake cropping, I suppose, right? So I can move things around to where I want them to be. And again, I can drag the corners in, and now I can again move the dog over here where I want it to be. And now I have kind of essentially fake cropped around that image. So it's just kind of a little bit of a little bit hack that most people don't know that they can do. All right, so there you go. All right, so let's talk about a couple of the other accessibility improvements that we have here in Book Creator. And again, some more of these may not be as evident as some of these other ones that we just talked about tonight, but they are equally important. So one of them is we improved the color rate, or I'm sorry, the color contrast. So the old website and the old teacher dashboard looked like this over here on the right, and now it's a lighter shade of blue with darker text as opposed to darker blue with white text. We've increased the color contrast, which makes it much easier to read. We have also improved screen reader support. So we have tested Book Creator against Chromebook's Chromebox, Windows Narrator, Apple's VoiceOver, and the NVDA screen reader. All right, so that is awesome. And for those of you that are like super into accessibility and really want to know more, we are now WCAG AA compliant, and we've fully completed the voluntary product accessibility template. So this is very awesome. So if you go to our website, bookcreator.com/blog, you'll see the 230 accessibilities blog, and you'll get some of this information there. So again, you can read the article right there. And so what does this mean, right, for education? And I really like this quote by Wendy Torres, who's an instructional technology specialist at Copen State University. And she's an accessibility expert. She said, these are great additions for accessibility and inclusion. But what is great is that everyone will benefit from it, not just those with disabilities, right? And then down here, she says equality, inclusion, differentiation. I think that's so important. And I can't express enough how much Book Creator has really done to help with this. We also have a book on differentiated instruction that you are welcome to take a look at anytime. I want to bring you back to the teacher dashboard here for a second. So from this screen, if I click My Books, and then up here to the top left, there's these three lines. If I click on that, this is my teacher dashboard. And so I want to make sure that you see a couple things here. One is the libraries, and then this underneath is how you join libraries. But then we also have this tab on resources. And there are plenty of resources here divided by grade level, by subject area, and all of these amazing books that some of our Book Creator ambassadors have made. So I highly recommend checking those out. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is that if you do have our paid plan, right, our top paid plan, then you now have unlimited libraries. So that is another new feature that we just added. So if you have the $120 plan, or if your school district has purchased that plan, you now have the ability to do unlimited libraries. And I love unlimited libraries because it is the ultimate in flexibility. You can now have a single library for every kid, libraries for small groups, libraries for separate classes. The possibilities are endless with those unlimited libraries. All right, so that's really cool. And then the last thing that I did want to mention is that if you are a Microsoft user, Book Creator now works on Microsoft Edge. So Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome, and Apple's Safari, you can now work on those browsers using your laptop or Chromebook or even your iPads. You can use the iPad online using Safari, Chrome, or Microsoft Edge. And to go along with that, underneath in this blog, there are some download spots. So if you're interested in downloading Microsoft Edge, you can do that from there. But we have one more special announcement, and that is that anybody who is a Microsoft Innovative Educator gets a free lifetime upgrade for the online version of Book Creator. So if you are a Microsoft Innovative Educator, or if you know somebody who is, please let them know, because they will get a free lifetime upgrade. So you just have to go to bookcreator.com/blog, find the accessibility, find the blog about Microsoft, and then scroll down, and right there it says get your free upgrade now. And I did see another question pop through. Okay, great. Kasia is one, so awesome. So you will get a free upgrade, Kasia, so that's fantastic for you. And then also, if you're a Google certified innovator or an Apple distinguished educator, we do love you as well, and you are also welcome to get an upgrade. So hopefully that covers the bases there for all of you. And again, that is all I have for this evening. It's just a short and sweet webinar learning about the new features. So all of the really cool new features. Don't forget about the Microsoft Innovative Educator, and if you have one of our paid plans, you do get, our top paid plan, $120 plan, you do get unlimited libraries. So I will stick around here if you have more questions. If not, that is it for me this evening.